Yay! I look forward to tomorrow. Until then, blue lawyer and yellow fan. Oh. Gotta put those finger guns away. They're dangerous. I am not a fan! Well, at least we managed to get the case to go to trial. But how in the world do we defend an orca in court anyway? To be honest, I'm not really sure myself. Plus, Mr. Plume said Orla bit the victim. This trial sure isn't going to be easy. But I love a challenge. Then we ought to be just fine. Guess I should go over that swashbuckler spectacular you were watching this morning. Yeah, we can have a formal viewing back at the office. There's nothing decisive against Orla in the security tape, but that doesn't mean much. I'll just have to find a more concrete way to save Orla at tomorrow's trial or else. Ooh, boy. Alright, that's the end of the investigation. The first half, anyway. Now we have some trial. I'm hoping I can get like halfway through the case, but we'll see. Save game! Oh god, which one? Wait, trial day 2? Oh, it's this one. Boop. Saving data. Yeah, if I can get all the way, or if I can get halfway through the case, then that'd be quite nice. Doesn't mean I'll be able to finish the case in 2 sessions, but all really depends. Alright, defendant lobby number 3. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. Oh, a TV recording of a performance featuring Orla, Sasha and Jack Shipley as pirates. Cool. Thanks. It just might help our case. Wait. Is that the cutscene? Oh god, it is! Oh, that's quite cool, actually. The fact I can watch it whenever I want. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? No, me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. That was a compliment? That was a compliment, right? Hey! Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery. Thanks, pals. It's been so long I'm actually a little nervous. Oh god. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, Mr. Rhymes. You came to watch the trial? Yeah. Sasha is back at the aquarium with the orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Oh, don't you worry. We're gonna win this. Oh, we're going to win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss? Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up. I'm almost certain I just saw the guards in the background disappear. For a split second then. July 21st, 9:30 AM. Alright. This is still like one of my favourite parts, it's just when we enter the courtroom and it pops up with this. Day 1, court is now in session, all rise. Is the judge going to comment on Phoenix being, you know, the defence attorney? So court is now in session for the trial of Orla Shipley. Oh, Orla Shipley. Let me just double check, it did say Orla, didn't it? No, it says Orla. It's supposed to be Orla. Idiots. Sheesh. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow. Thank you, Your Honour. You look as young as ever yourself. Oh man, it's even weirder seeing these animations in 3D. Well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Surely you jest your baldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Aura... Oh! Wait, is her name Aura or Aula? I could have sworn it's Aula. There's no way they cocked that up twice, is there? Oh, it's Aula. Aura. Okay. Aura's her real name. People like to call her Aula. Okay. So that's not a typo. I just thought they missed the L. So the defendant Aura Shipley is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. Hello, what? An orca? Yep. Breaking records. Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant, it's patently absurd. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying aunt. Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Tucker, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain? Wait, am I in for more pain as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement, if you would. God, it still gets me every time. When he slams the desk, Tucker's eyes, he looks so shocked. Suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca, what a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now? Inside this. A cell phone? Prosecutor Blackwell? Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. A TV phone? Very well, the court accepts it into evidence. Oh, a cell phone used by Shipshape Aquarium staff. This model can connect to TVs and be used to conduct teleconferencing. Fancy. We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. I clicked the wrong thing. Fulbright. Prepare for transmission. You've got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. Is it just going to be a TV on the witness stand? Oh my god, it is. Ah, oh, that is great. Oh, this is so bizarre. I love this case already. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Oh, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Hola, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Oh, wow. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? This adorable creature is suspected of killing a man. All is really pouring on the charm, huh? She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. That's right. The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Oh man. How much more absurd can this case get? That's what I want to know. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Shipshape Aquarium. There we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. Why was he in the bottom of the pool? The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. So Shipley's autopsy report added to the court record. I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your baldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. What? One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up. Alright, de Plume! How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell? Well? I am Norma de Plume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. And I'm the only one who isn't telepathic. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Oh. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? The great non-fiction writer Miss Norma de Plume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Of course he's a fan. Your Million Seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief is one of my favourites. Oh, you a fan, Your Honour? I could give you my autograph if you'd like. Oh my god. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in the photos in your book. Well... I used ones from 10 years ago in my books so that the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honour's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Who knew Mr. Plume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you to not order me around. I'm perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then. Please proceed with your testimony. Alright, witness testimony. The moment of the murder. Oops. So I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Oops. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. That adorable defendant really did all that? It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment, so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
Oh yeah. The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? Ooh. The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud, right? Right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Oh yeah. Sorry, but as Miss Cykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honour? Of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Hooray! I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. Alright. Let's do it. This one's simple. Well, considering the victim was covered in blunt force... signs of blunt force trauma all over his body, I don't see how he could have been attacked with the orca's teeth. Let's just do the usual. Hold it. So, why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is the featured attraction of the aquarium, after all. Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Ship-Shape Aquarium that is worth anyone's time, and that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Alrighty then, I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is for the birds. Yes, I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackwell is on Team Rifle. So you went to see the orca in its tank? Yes, that's right. Right, okay. It suddenly went crazy. The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes. It took a look at me, and then, all at once, it started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor. She glared at Orla, and that's what caused her to go berserk. Oof. I still really like Blackwell's voice. Objection! The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes, and then you wouldn't believe what happened. Here it is. Saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. It's more the fact, not the fact of the teeth in the statement, it's more the fact she said it bit. But it couldn't have, because, well, for one, wasn't the way they described it was by ramming into the body, would be the way it would kill someone. And also the fact his body's covered in, I nearly presented the photo. Yeah, signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. But no, like penetration wounds, which would have been caused by teeth. God, what the hell was it? What's the actual... I can't fucking think what the actual term would be. Like, bite marks, is basically what I'm trying to say. Objection! You're wrong. It would seem that you are mistaken, Mr. Plume. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say, death thought to be a result of orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind. It doesn't even really show the victim, I don't think. Like, I can't see anything. Like, you see that cloud, but that's it. I can't see a body inside the cloud. Of course he's objecting. Just as I suspected. Well, bullshit. I knew you would pick at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Hey, he left it out in the open. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But, unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave to you for safekeeping. Oh my. Nice. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright in Blackwell's books. Very well. Let's view the footage. What? What's this? The orca is biting the victim. No way. Okay. I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence. Oh dear. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there is more. Look at this. Right, yeah, it's on the on his right hand side actually. Well, technically it's on his left. Yeah, you can see there's like tearing in his suit, or in his costume. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was looking at the costume being ripped. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the Orca as the killer. Oh, that's what I was looking at. Okay. Look at the left side of the body. See the Orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes? Alright, Ultimate Skyhawk, thanks for stopping by. And have a good day. Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim. So now that's been updated with the second picture. I told you so. Yeah. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth. However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma. Pardon me. You're much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning, the orca toyed with the victim mercilessly? My goodness. After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. God, it must be windy in here. That scarf's going crazy. Mr. Wright. The hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So, the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give this court, or to this court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Oh. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right. It rammed the victim over and over again. I recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. We all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. That footage backs up Mr. Plume's testimony. I don't see no body though. There's also something very important it does not show. The body. Now, do you see what a menace this killer whale is? No. I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that the something is not the victim. Whoa. Oh, what? I want to look away, but I can't. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Oh yeah. Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Oops. I keep, like, not clicking hard enough. Let's see. I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim? So, but if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture. Objection! Must I do everything around here? How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. 1 year ago. That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year, in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book. The Killer Whale. That's Mr. Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. The Killer Whale, a non-fiction book by Norman Plume. It's about the case from last year. Yeah, but she only writes what she deems the truth, whether or not it's fictitious or, well, mostly whether or not it's rumour. Like, that book could be entirely based off of a fucking rumour, so I don't really trust it. Oh, that's the walkie-talkie! Ah, that's cool. Orca kills its trainer. Last year the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. That orca killed 2 people? That thing is a menace. Guilty. Guilty, I say. I never want to go to the beach again. No. Now everyone's even more convinced that Ola did it. We were doing so well, but now... all because of fucking Blackwell. What a menace. He is the real menace. Yeah, he is. Now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Ola. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Ola. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha. What am I doing? Doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Ola, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Ola. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Ola's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, Right Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Ola can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Ola with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Ola, so I'm willing to believe in Ola too. What do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh, but of course. That is what I do, after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well. Mr. Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. Also, looking at the time, I think I'm only going to do this trial day and then end the session, which will be a third of the entire case, so I'll probably, hoping, I can get through all of them in 3. I'll get through this case in 3 sessions. What I saw and what I heard. But we'll see. The killer whale's behaviour was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the orca displayed the same behaviour as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the Aquarian stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You notice a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we might just be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. I love the mood matrix. It's so good. I love so much about this game. The only thing I'm slightly not happy about is probably they give you just a little bit too much tutorials, and I'm not really a huge fan of that, so it's a bit too hand-holdy, I would say. So the killer whale's behaviour was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool... Okay, so she's surprised. The killer whale suddenly started singing. So I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Wait. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. The unexpected emotion, I would say, would be sadness. When she said she was calm... Yeah, she was calm when she saw it. And then when she saw it start to headbutt. Got it! Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. Sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counselling session. I saw something. Oh, I remember now. Okay.